He is not a politician, but he is at the center of India's biggest political battle. Gyanesh Kumar, India's Chief Election Commissioner. He has suddenly become the most discussed figures in Indian democracy. The reason? A fierce battle over voter list revision in Bihar. Rahul Gandhi and several opposition leaders have accused him of manipulating the polls, or as Rahul Gandhi calls it, vote chori or manipulation of votes. But instead of remaining silent, Kumar has pushed it back firmly. He has openly challenged the leader of opposition to either back his words with an affidavit in the Supreme Court or face prosecution. Only few bureaucrats, in fact, show such audacity when confronted by politicians, but Mr. Kumar seems to be determined to defend both his position and the institution he represents. To understand his stand matters so much, we need to look at the man behind the controversy. Gyanesh Kumar. He has always been close to action in India's biggest moments. In 2014, when ISIS held nurses hostage in Iraq, he was the one who coordinated their safe evacuation. A delicate yet dangerous mission that brought back 46 nurses over 180 other Indians. Another one is in 2019. He was deeply involved in implementing the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, a constitutional that altered in fact state's political and legal framework. Also, he has coordinated the legal and administrative process that eventually paved the way for the construction of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. A matter that had been debated in India for decades was a place to resolve only with the involvement of Mr. Gyanesh Kumar. Each of these moments in fact show why successive governments trusted Kumar with high-stake assignments. Moving further, we discuss about his rise through the bureaucracy that reflects his capability and his resilience. He is an IIT Kanpur graduate in civil engineering. He later pursued the business finance and even studied environmental economics at Harvard University. Later, joining the IAS service in 1986, he served both NDA as well as UPA governments, holding responsibility in tourism, housing, renewable energy, defense production, and parliamentary affairs. Known for a quiet but a firm style, he built a reputation as someone who understood policy as well as politics. He could have been trusted with all the sensitive files across the government. Just before his retirement, in fact, he was appointed the first ever secretary of the Ministry of Cooperatives under Amit Shah. Another indication of his confidence placed in him at the highest levels. Now, after his retirement in 2023, that is, Gyanesh Kumar was appointed as Election Commissioner in March 2024. Within months, he supervised the Lok Sabha elections that year, the first assembly polls that Jammu Kashmir after its becoming union territory, and several other state elections. In fact, if we just talk about February 2025, when he was elevated as the Chief Election Commissioner, the first position he holds today is the most controversial one in his entire tenure, in fact. And his tenure will continue to mean that he will be overseeing nearly 20 assembly elections, that is the 2027 presidential and vice presidential polls, and the most important one is 2029 Lok Sabha elections. In other words, he is now in charge of safeguarding the credibility of Indian democracy through some of its most decisive political contests. It means from 2027 elections to 2029 Lok Sabha elections, Mr. Kumar is being held responsible for everything. Now coming to his colleagues, what do they say him? Colleagues often describe him as an approachable but extremely cautious person. Also, during his home ministry days, he would be often serving Kashmiri kahwa to the journalists, those who visited him, for the kind of notes that he gave. But he never let any casual conversation, in fact, reveal any kind of sensitive plans. In fact, this very combination of warmth and discipline is visible even today. While even now we see, in response to the political attacks, Kumar avoided the personal remarks. Instead, he relies on documents, on procedures and point-by-point rebuttals. And also he said repeatedly that India's voter list is among the most rigorous and transparent in the world, and the right to vote is too sacred to be compromised. This was the story of a powerful bureaucrat shaping India's democracy. For more such fascinating stories, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Indian Masterminds. This is me, Shweta Verma, signing off. See you in the next story.